We want the law to be used in a proper manner. So we'll be going to the U.S. Supreme Court. We want all voting to stop. We don't want them to find any ballots at 4 o'clock in the morning and add them to the list, okay? We will win this, and as far as I'm concerned, we already have won it.
Yes, that is the Emperor of the United States, Donald Trump, and
Yes.
he was declaring himself the winner last night in an election that is still undecided. Now, Ange knows some very dope people, and his brother is one of them. He is NBC News White House correspondent, Geoff Bennett. Good morning, my brother. Thanks for pulling up on us this morning.
Good morning.
Jeff with a G.
What up, man?
Great to talk with you all for this day 2 of Election Day. Could be day 3, day 4, depending on how things go.
Yeah, Jeff, I want to get right into it because the polls were looking like Biden was going to have this significant lead like early on. And we've talked a lot about not paying attention to the polls, but per usual, it looks like they got things wrong. So can we talk about how it went from Biden having such a significant lead to like so close?
Well, it's a tight race. And the Biden campaign had been saying that, at least for the last week, that this would be a tight race in hard-fought states. And you're right, Angie. In so many places, though, the polling was wrong. Pollsters have not been able to figure out how to account for this Trump phenomenon. And let's just talk quickly about what we heard the president say yesterday from the East Room of the White House. The president holding a campaign event in the White House, which itself is unusual and unprecedented. There is no fraud. He has not won. It's routine for states to continue counting votes after Election Day. And right now, you have states, including Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Georgia, Nevada. They are legally counting legitimate votes. The president said, I don't want voting to continue. The voting has stopped. There is no voting that is continuing. It's the counting that is continuing. And that happens every election. It's legitimate. That's how elections are decided, by having every vote counted.
So,
Right.
Jeff, what are the odds that, we'll know who the president will be by the end of the day in your opinion? Because we're over here keeping track and keeping tabs of electoral votes. And again, right now we're looking at, I think last time we did the count was, what did I have? 224 for Biden in electoral votes and 213 for Trump. So do you think we'll get an answer today?
We should have a better sense of it by tonight for sure. I mean, Nevada has said that they likely won't have all of their counting done until tomorrow. So the race won't be settled, I'd say, certainly by Friday morning. And that's just sort of my assumption this morning. And of course, that can change. But look, both Trump and Biden still have paths to victory. But Biden has more options than Trump does. So Trump has to win at least 4 of the following states: Georgia, North Carolina, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Biden doesn't have to win that many to still get to 270. And the vote that has yet to be counted in states like Michigan, in Pennsylvania, in Wisconsin, not pollsters, but people who follow this stuff say that their outstanding vote is coming from Democratic areas. So right now, Biden looks to be in a better position than Trump does. But again, I'm not making any predictions because we know how these things go by now.
Indeed. Now, for those who just joining us, we're talking to Geoff Bennett, NBC News White House correspondent. And, based off of the dialogue that, Trump was having yesterday to the media, it sounds like he's like Scarface on the Mind's Playing Tricks on Me song. He's not going down without a fight. What happens if he loses and, we have to, take him out by force? We've never seen this happen before in this country. What is the likelihood of that?
That's a great question, man, because look, the White House has been turned into a fortress, right? They've got 10 feet tall, unscalable metal fences stretching all around the White House. The military has said that they don't want a role in this. They do not want to be involved in having to potentially, carry the president out of the White House if it comes to that. So if the president loses, and again, we don't know how this race is going to end up, but if he does lose and the race is certified, then that's the ball game. It's not about what he wants or what he says. I mean, there is a constitution. As the president likes to say, there's law and order. There is law and order in this country, and if he loses the election, he has to go, and it won't be up to what he or anybody on Fox News has to say about it.
Can we volunteer to pull him out is there a site for that?
I don't know about all that, but you can certainly volunteer. I don't know who's going to let you. But
hey, Jeff, your boy Billy Sorrells here, man. Can you give us an update on the decriminalization of certain drugs and legalization of weed recreationally in other places, and tell us what that means for some
His
people?
main concern.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, well, it goes state by state, and look, this is an issue that, as election after election, you are having more states legalize marijuana, legalize recreational drugs. Not the case on the federal level yet, but that's certainly something that Democrats have talked about, in large part because it goes to the injustices and the sentencing, where you have people in jail, for weed offenses, low-level weed offenses, and now in so many places it's legal.
Right. And my weed man need to know, so we just trying to get an update for him, make sure he stays doing what he's got to do in the community, because he's serving a purpose. What's happening in Oregon with them drugs? Any update with that? I'm just trying to see what's going on.
I don't know, man. Tell your boy to hit up Google. He can help you.
If there was a bet on who's going to OD on this show sometime soon, my money's on Billy. All right, so
book my flight.
So, by let's just say 5 p.m. tonight, what do you think we'll be with the information that we have right now?
I think we'll have a better sense of what's happening in Georgia. You have a lot of outstanding vote in and around Atlanta, so Democrats feel good about that. And same deal in Michigan. Democrats feel good about the vote count that has to be done in Michigan and Wisconsin. So if Joe Biden wins Arizona, if he wins Georgia, if he flips Georgia, and if he holds Michigan and Wisconsin, he's in a great position on his way to 270. But again, it really all depends on how long it takes these states to count these mail-in ballots. I mean, you have an unprecedented level of mail-in ballots, mainly because of the pandemic. And it takes time to open up every envelope, to straighten them out, to put them in the machine, and to do a thorough, accurate tally.
Yeah, we got our NBC News White House correspondent Geoff Bennett on the line. Geoff, before we go, it's not just the presidential election we're looking at; it's also the Senate. Now we know that the House, the Democrats have won the House again. Can we talk a little bit about the Senate races and what that's looking like? How possible is it that the Democrats might take over the Senate?
Democrats have a hard road ahead of them in taking over the Senate, because you have Lindsey Graham winning re-election, defeating Jamie Harrison there. You have other seats that Democrats had hoped to flip that didn't turn out. So there are a couple of outstanding races that still have to be called. But you're right, Democrats expanded their majority in the House, but it looks like Republicans are in a better position, and Mitch McConnell got reelected too, to keep their majority in the Senate.
Oh, I see.
A lot of info there. Well, thank you for all of it, man. Geoff Bennett, man. If people want to catch you on TV, man, giving a longer form version of this information, where can they catch you, brother?
Yeah, so we're on MSNBC all day, and then NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt at 6:30 in most places. And I'm on Twitter. It's Geoff with a G, GeoffRbennett on Twitter and Insta.
Thank you so much, Geoff, man.
Geoff
Thank you
with
for
a
always
G.
making time for us, man. Geoff with the
Appreciate
G in
y'all.
the building,
The
man.
G.
We are the Morning Hustle.